Welcome to the SQL Masterclass for Beginners, brought to you by Byte Hub. This video will cover the course roadmap, including databases, tables, queries, joins, functions, views, indexes, procedures, and triggers. What is a database? It is a structured collection of data used by various systems like ERP, banking, HRMS, and e-commerce. We will compare DBMS versus RDBMS. DBMS stores data, while RDBMS stores related data in tables with relationships. Some popular database systems include SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, and SQLite. What is SQL? It stands for Structured Query Language and is used to create, manage, and query databases. In this section, we will cover how to install SQL Server Express and SQL Server Management Studio, or SSMS. We will look at the SQL Server architecture, including the database engine, tables, views, procedures, and security components. To create a database, you use the Create Database command. For example, Create Database Company DB. To select and use a database, the command is simply Use Company DB. What is a table? Tables are fundamental structures in a database that store data in rows and columns. SQL uses various data types, such as int, bigint, varchar, nvarchar, date, datetime, decimal, and bit. Here is an example of how to create an employees table, defining columns like EMP ID, EMP name, department, and salary with their respective data types. The primary key uniquely identifies every row in a table, ensuring data integrity and uniqueness. A foreign key is used to create relationships between two different tables in the database. Constraints enforce data integrity and specify limits on the data allowed in a table. These include not null, unique, check, default, primary key, and foreign key. To insert data into the employees table, we use the Insert Into command, specifying the table name and the values for each column, such as employee ID, name, department, and salary. For testing purposes, we'll insert multiple employee records into the employees table. The select statement retrieves data from a table. Select star from employees fetches all columns and all rows. The where clause is crucial for filtering records based on specific conditions, returning only the rows that satisfy the criteria. Comparison operators like equals, not equals, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to are used in where clauses to define filtering conditions. You can combine multiple conditions in the where clause using the and or logical operators. The in operator allows you to filter records based on a list of specified values, streamlining conditions. Use the between operator to filter data records within a specific range, including the start and end values. The like operator is used for pattern matching in a where clause, often utilizing wildcard characters like percent and underscore. The order by clause sorts the result set in ascending or descending order, making the data easier to read and analyze. The top clause is utilized to limit the number of rows returned by a query, which is useful for looking at just the first few results. The distinct keyword is used to eliminate duplicate values from the result set, ensuring each value is unique. Aggregate functions such as count, sum, AVG, min, and max perform calculations on sets of rows to return a single summary value. The group by clause groups rows that have the same values in specified columns, often used with aggregate functions to calculate summaries for each group. The having clause filters grouped records, similar to how the where clause filters individual rows. An inner join returns only the records that have matching values in both tables being joined. A left join returns all rows from the left table and the matching rows from the right table. A right join returns all rows from the right table and the matching rows from the left table. A full join returns all matching and non-matching rows from both tables, combining all records. A self-join is when a table is joined with itself, often used to compare data within the same table. Union and union all are used to combine result sets from multiple queries. Union removes duplicates, while union all keeps them. The case statement adds conditional logic to your SQL queries, allowing for different outputs based on conditions. Subqueries are queries nested inside another query, used to return data that will be used by the outer query. Views are virtual tables based on the result set of an SQL query, providing a simplified way to interact with complex data. Indexes improve the performance of data retrieval operations, making your queries run faster. Stored procedures are pre-compiled SQL code blocks that are saved in the database, offering reusability and efficiency. Triggers are special stored procedures that execute automatically in response to specific database events like insert, update, or delete. Finally, we will cover backup and restore operations, essential for protecting databases from data loss. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, practice daily, and become an SQL expert.